What is up, guys? It's me, Matt, and today we're going to be analyzing Spidey Super Stories issue 25, specifically the Webman story, because I want to analyze the Webman story, not anything else. So, let's just do a quick summary of the story, real quick, before we talk about Webman's character. As we see, Webman, we see Webman, he's fucking up Spider-Man here in his little preview of like what's to be expected in the story. Very nicely done art. It's actually a really nice art style. I like these vintage colors. It's really nice. Anyway, to the actual story. While Spider-Man's web swinging through the city, his spider sense goes off. So obviously, Spider-Man wants to take care of this problem, but he doesn't see anything, and that's because Webman. Now, don't talk about Webman yet. That's because Dr. Doom is the other side of the room, and as Spider-Man looks in the mirror, like this one-way mirror, he says his thing, he says his dialogue, his inner monologue. What Doom is like, wow, this guy he's copying this motherfucker's DNA, and for his twin machine. So basically, a twin machine is like this thing that connects to that one-way mirror is a chamber. This chamber connects to a one-way mirror, and Webman is created through Spider-Man's DNA in that chamber. Don't ask how, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But what matters is that Webman is an artificial being, he's a clone of Spider-Man, but as Doom says, he is the opposite to Spider-Man. He has done of Spider-Man's goodness. He is an evil, fucked up, really evil guy. So, Webman breaks out of his chambers, showing how he is a hostile man, obviously. And Doom orders Webman to kill Spider-Man. He wants him dead because Spider-Man's a big stinky man. Webman applauds, and he's on the lookout. He hits a wall because he's stupid. Once again, showing one of his key character traits. And as Webman robs these motherfuckers, he robs people. Spider-Man constantly activate, and then they have an epic battle, and it is very nice. What's interesting about the scene is that Webman sounds like he's having a lot of fun with this, and I think that's really funny. Midway through the fight, Webman decides he's going to leave. He doesn't want to deal with Spider-Man's shit. So, he goes back to the building Doom's in, and then they have one last conversation. Webman tells Spider-Man that Doom is making another clone, another Webman. As you can see, I never would have noticed Doom. Why is he like this? Why is he making them? As you can see, Doom is making Webman 2. He's making Webman 2. He's making a sequel to the critically acclaimed Webman. The Webman just gets out. He just crossing. They corner Spider-Man, but Spider-Man decides he's not having any of that. So he crashes through the window. He kills both of the Webman by destroying that window, and he arrests Doom, and that's the end of the story. Now, it's a pretty solid story. It's not much, but I think it's very fun. Which is a lot of like what Spidey Super Stories is. These stories are meant to be are like super in-depth, serious. Like these stories are obviously meant to like attract to younger audiences, because Spidey Super Stories is a show, and that show is also like aimed for kids. So this comic also being aimed for kids makes a lot of sense. It definitely gets like younger readers interested in reading more of this character's comics. So I think it's a very harmless, like fun comic. It's really fun. But I'm not here to talk about the comic itself. Okay, well I am, but more so, I'm here to talk about the character Webman. Now they think there's not much to talk about, and he may be right, but in my opinion, there is a lot to dissect and interpret. Actually, it's not a lot much. It's not too much to it. Like, he doesn't have a lot. He doesn't have a lot of layers to him, but he's interesting to interpret. So, Webman, as you can see, he's a pretty dumb guy. He's cocky, he's mischievous. He's a very reactive person. He follows whatever Doom says. Even like when Spider-Man is telling him, like when Spider-Man when Spider-Man says this, Webman just immediately tells him. He's a very reactive person. He doesn't really make a lot of his own choices, and that's a pretty interesting character trait. They don't really have anything interesting to do with that, because due to the nature of this series, you just can't really do that. But it's really fun. Webman's a character with a lot of potential, but they never really use that potential. Instead, he's kind of just used for like marketing, like figures and stuff, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, it's not exactly disappointing. It's just I wish he had like more appearances of his actual character rather than his suit. And he's very, I just like him a lot. I find the idea of a dumb evil Spider-Man very silly and fun, and it's just kind of lame they don't really do anything with this. That's my analysis is.